qualification levels, after which the top 3 representatives from Uganda will compete with 247 other people from around the world for a chance to get into the top 100 and to connect with a number of investors. Out of the top 100, there'll be a selection of the top 3 worldwide, with the winner winning up to $500,000 in investment. Entrepreneurship World Cup is the largest startup competition in the world, the richest prize. And just by being in the final, you have achieved quite a lot. It means your business is viable and you get a lot of support from us here.
Derek, do you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Rosemary and Hadija. Very glad that Rosemary could join us all the way. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Iga. So the way the process is going to go, each panelist is going to have 5 minutes to pitch, and judges will have 2 minutes in total for questions after each pitch. Judges are going to evaluate based on innovation, scalability, impact, and global relevance. So we're going to have the pitches in the following order. Mpampe, Digital Services, followed by 12. Then My Medicals, then One Stock Limited, then Uganics, Repellents, Patapia, and finally Hilton Traders. Okay. Finalists, are you ready? I'm going to assume that is a yes. So we're going to begin with Mpampe to present. Derek, can you make them co-hosts so they're able to show their pitches? And in case of a tie, maybe we shall take into consideration the audience vote. So afterwards, you can have something. Who is representative of Mpampe? Okay, Ronnie. Your time begins now. Ronnie, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ronnie Atwaire, and I'm from Team Mpampe. So a few years ago, I was in high school and faced tuition issues, and I saw family and friends coming through to actually help me support their cause. And back then, I didn't know it was actually called crowdfunding. And fast forward, during COVID-19, we saw a lot of posters moving from one social media platform to another, basically having different endeavors and causes, and you couldn't tell what actually is the right one and what's the wrong one. The existing platform do have high transaction fees, lack transparency, but also mistrust, and also financial barriers for someone to actually have a PayPal account or even actually have a bank account. And that's where Mpampe comes in. Mpampe provides us a platform that is rich with information and awareness, fundraising, also physical support to an accountable solution. And Mpampe locally means give us, we give out, rooted in the spirit of generosity. Mpampe, we are currently registered and we are currently prototyping. So why us? We are multilingual, meaning someone with a Uganda someone with a Uganda background, or some from, for example, like if you're from Uganda, you could actually use our platform. But also we have AI and chatbots for algorithmic recommendation, and also user assistance, a great UI, accountability, transparency. We also do gifts in kind. Someone could actually feel comfortable giving a bag of posho or offering scholastic materials rather than the equivalence of cash. So we are contributing towards 5 SDGs with a global focus or special focus on the SDG number 4. And these are indicators for the opportunities that we actually could tap in with a 13.93 USD billion. That's a global marketing crowdfunding that was registered by World Metrics in 2021. And we see around 520 billion shillings being transacted on a daily here with mobile money, and a 64% mobile penetration in Uganda. We could tap in the opportunities. So we intend to make money via a 5% platform fee. For example, if you're raising 1 million, that could translate to 50K at 5%. So that means you'd raise 1.050 as your campaign goal. Then the 50K is remitted as an admin fee. Then we also do donations and custom tips, but also through sponsors and corporate social responsibilities like companies like MTN and the like. So there are basically 4 stages, but under here, we have a lot of activities happening under each stage, like background check and the different activities. So we intend to have a USSD platform also for people who do not actually have smartphones, actually even participate on our platform. Currently, we have just an MVP, which is web-based. These are competitors locally who are doing the same, but more they do not actually offer what we intend to offer. Just like I mentioned, AI support, gifts in kind, accountability and transparency, a platform that you could actually trust for your endeavors, for your campaign endeavors, and also a distributed ledger technology using technologies like a blockchain to actually do a database. Global solutions like GoFundMe do not actually support Momo payments. Someone has to actually have a PayPal account, which is not even supported here in Uganda, and that uniquely identifies us. So we tend to reach via digital marketing endeavors, social media, pay-per-clicks, and also mouth-to-mouth events that we actually do hold with even partners. Our journey started way back in late 2021 with just an idea. And the same year, we were among top 5 in women in fintech. That was just a hackathon. And then we officially started at 2022 after being registered. And we are recognized top 50 globally by Google Developer Students Club Challenge. And the same year, we first runners up for MTN Momo hackathon. We ran our first campaign last year in Jan. We did pitch to the president last year at Kololo. We are first runners up for Fit Spa with a women pitch competition. And this year, we've managed to become the Student Innovation Challenge winners here at campus. So this is the pilot campaign that we dubbed 10K campaign for Oscar. So if you just search for that hashtag on Twitter, you could actually get the updates and everything. So we collected over 3.5 million UGX, that's around 1,000 USD, in just 8 days. A fellow student who was struggling with tuition fees at Cobans. And this is our full team, comprised of 6 people who are actually full-time staff, but more so we actually have volunteers and people we call Mpampe agents, who actually are change agents, who do also believe in creating impact through technology and also driving social impact. So if you want to know more about us, you could actually scan this right now, or you could actually take a picture, or you could actually type that in the browser, and then you get to see our socials, but also to get to see what we've actually done. More so, we're actually having some campaigns in the pipeline that we're actually trying to establish, and we're doing a lot of background checks to actually ensure that this endeavor is actually worth it. So thank you so much, and I remain Ronnie Atuhaire, and I'm a CTO currently in the team and a co-founder. So I welcome questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Mpampe.
Thank you.
All right, over to you, judges. Thank you, Ronnie, for that. You're actually quite on time. Judges, any questions?
Yes. Sorry I would like to ask this question. Thank you very much
Yes.
for your pitch. I would like for you to clarify, just clarify for me about the team. Who does what? What do you need them for? What do you need each other for? And two, I would like to hear about your estimation of numbers. What do you expect to hit by when? Just clarify that for me as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So the first question about the team. So the full-time team comprises of 6 people, and currently the CTO and the founder. We're basically a co-founder. I'm a co-founder, and as you can see, we have Mariam, who is a CEO, our Chief Executive Officer, who is currently in another meeting right now, couldn't make it. We have Emily Namuganga, who is the Chief Operations. And on the side, we have George. George is an engineer who is doing more of cloud and DevOps management of our website and everything. Then we have Patricia Nsima, who is a marketing officer and lead in that, making sure to actually do scale out the different channels that we're actually trying to do. Then the other question about the numbers. So the numbers, I will start maybe from the business model itself. So if, for example, our main aim, if, for example, we had 10 campaigns, the scenario I gave of 1 million, having a 50K as a platform fee on that 1 million, that would translate to 1.05 as a total campaign goal. So if you ran, for example, our goal, we did some business projections and analysis. We realized for us to keep afloat, to keep running, we needed at least to run at least around 30 to 50 campaigns for the start, 30 being the minimum number. And these campaigns each having a return over of around 50K to 100K. That's basically per month. So if, for example, you had 50 campaigns running for for example, maybe 2 million, that 5% of 2 million, that would translate to 100K. So 100K would be times that times 50, that will translate to around 500, no, 5 million. Yes, 5 million. So it will be 5 million. So the 5 million would help us to keep business, but also make sure that we actually do what we're doing. So we'll see ourselves to be the biggest crowdfunding platform here in Africa. That's our vision. And we want to start small here in Uganda. If we can make social impact, but also create opportunities for young people. And our goal is to reach at least
Ronnie, your time. Your time, please.
1,000 campaigns in we try to run at least 1,000 campaigns in 2 years. At least that's like our projection for the campaigns. Yes, thank you.
Okay, there's a question from Hadija. What are the demographics of the givers? Who do you see using this platform? Please, 30 seconds, please. 4 categories. That's the users themselves. People are looking for the crowdfunding. Then we also have donors and sponsors on the other side. Then we have corporate social responsibility businesses. That could be MTN, Airtel, and these other. And then also we have NGOs who are actually looking for funding, and also the people who are actually having, for example, like for people who go for maybe cancer treatments, and they just create social media flyers, just running from one WhatsApp group to another WhatsApp group. Those are the people you're targeting. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. Rosemary, do you have a question, or do we go on to the next person?
I think we can go on the next person. My question was on whom they target, but it was already asked, and he has responded. So you can proceed.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Ronnie. Next up is 12. So Willie Kitumwa is ready to present.
My name is Katumwa Wire, Director TWF Limited. There is a decline in freshwater fish species of about 13.3%, and this has led to a decline of over 580,000 tons of fish on the market. However, fish farmers face 30 to 40% economic losses, and this is due to poor feeding and management practices. and there are also high operational costs, and also feed wastages, fish stock losses, water pollutioning, and inadequate water quality management. So we have developed an automated solar fish feeder that precisely feeds the fish to reduce on the food wastage. And we have incorporated the real-time monitoring with a mobile application. And this continuously monitors the specific growth rates for the fish. And we are integrating artificial intelligence to monitor the swimming patterns of the fish for informed decisions and data insights. So the farmer only needs to insert feeds on the funnel, and based on the right time, on the right schedules, based on the growth stage of the fish, the feed automatically feeds the fish in the right time. So we are targeting a total addressable market of 90,000 freshwater farmers and a specific addressable market of 5,000 fish farmers. This gives us 15% market share with a total of 4,000 farmers. So we are looking at. Sorry.
Can you move the slides? I think you're not moving.
Can I go back to the slides?
No. Keep going. We just can't see you moving the slides, but it's okay. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's just slow. Okay, so
Continue.
Is it okay?
Yes, now we see. Thank you.
Okay, so we are looking at a total addressable market of 90,000 freshwater farmers and a service addressable market of 5,000 freshwater farmers. This gives us 15% market share. So we are targeting aquaculture farmers with ponds, cages, tanks, and farmers are able to pay one-off or in installments. So we are valuing the growth and health of the fish and also giving out data insights to the farmers and probably efficiency, looking at cost and time reduction spent on the farms. We have already a collaboration with Planex Aquaculture, and so far we have deployed 2 units on the farms for the farmers, and we already have pending commitments of 10 clients for the ponds to install the system, and we have 3 commitments to install the system on tank settings for urban settings. We have 3 categories of the feeders ranging from 5 kg to 40 kg, and selling of the 40 kg at $800. This gives us a 50% profit margin, and by the end of the 4th year, would have made 800,000 US dollars, having sold 1,000 feeders. So we are looking at reducing down the costs of production by 15% through partnerships with resellers and having bought a 3D printer that would make plastic feeders. And so we also make more money through other add-on and through other modules, and that also contribute 36% of our revenue. So we are doing this now because of the need to sustain environment, and so far the authorities have displaced over 10,000 fishermen. So we are looking at promoting aquaculture so as to improve food security, and by the fact that the industry is growing at a faster rate, that is the aquaculture industry, this gives us an opportunity to invest into this industry.
Okay.
So our competitors are mainly.
Yeah, 1 minute, bro.
Okay, so our competitors, we do not have local competitors, but those who are locally available are feed resellers. So we have partnered with some of them, and so we are reducing down the tax importations for the feeders that are imported into the country. So this gives us an opportunity on the market. We have a passionate team and this team is visioned to succeed. And so most especially our co-founder and product designer, Kalunji Charles, who has over 7 years experience in embedded systems and AI development. So we are seeking 150,000 US dollars, part of which we are to invest into research, sales and marketing, and refine our product development. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Willie.
Thank you.
Judges, any questions?
Yes, sure. Thank you very much,
Welcome.
Brave. I just would like to know, after you've got your 3D printer, what number of new clients do you expect per year? What turnover will you be having, let's say, after you've gotten to your optimum investment? What turnover per year?
Yes, thank you. So currently we are using stainless steel feeders, and these are costing us so high, and having made the 3D printer, we shall be able to make at least 5 feeders a week. But currently we are having a capacity to make 2 feeders in a week, and also the durability of the feeders will be improved if we buy the 3D printer. So we shall be able to double our turnover. So we shall be able to make a profit we shall be able to make a double of our net profit. So we shall be able to make around 40,000 US dollars in the first year, having sold 100 feeders. So this would be doubled with the sales. Yes, thank you.
In case of no further questions, we can go to the next. Yes, please. Yes.
If Rosemary and Hadija want to ask any more questions, I would like to ask about the question of the durability. So let me just understand this. I buy a feeder per pond, right?
Yeah.
And how soon do I need to replace it?
Of course, if currently we are having a stainless steel feeder, and this you have to replace it after 3 years. But if we make plastic feeders, it would go up to 5 years, and also looking at the portability. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I think my question is, who exactly is your market? Who are you selling the feeders to? Looking at the current partners you're talking about, I'm wondering who.
Oh, yes, we are selling the feeders to the farmers, the aquaculture farmers, those who do fish farming in ponds, cages, tanks, and also aquariums.
Just a clarification from me. Have you had any sales?
We have just made the deployments. We have so far had 2 deployments, and since we are run short of capacity to produce more feeders, but we already have 10 commitments for the purchase.
Thank you very much, Willie.
Thank you.
And wishing you the best.
Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you believe that there are more people dying from malaria more than any specific cancer in the world? My name is Joan Rukuno-Nalewega. I am the CEO and founder of Uganics. As I begin my presentation, I would like you to meet Ivoni. Ivoni is a 68-year-old grandmother with 7 grandchildren. She survives on agriculture and earns below $30 a month. When I met her in 2018, she told me that she used to visit the hospital at least 10 times a month for malaria and spend at least $4 at each visit. And she had no knowledge about malaria. For example, she thought that her grandkids contracted from malaria from drinking unboiled water. This is not just Ivoni's story. It's my story while I was growing up, and it's a story for millions of households in Uganda and Africa. According to World Health Organization, malaria remains one of the major global health challenges with over 247 million cases, with 90% of these cases coming from Africa and among children below the age of 5. And without any intervention, there is an estimate of over 1 billion expected cases by 2028. In Uganda, we still have up to 10,000 deaths from malaria, still, especially among children below the age of 5. And where the gap is between dawn, when mosquitoes start to come, until the kids who are lucky to go into a mosquito net. So 90% of the children that fall sick and die from malaria contract this disease between that time when they're unprotected from malaria. Uganics, we have created a solution that can truly create impact, starting from the core of the problem. We are leveraging on everyday household products like soap, creams, among others, to repel mosquitoes and fight mosquito-borne diseases like malaria. Our approach is focused on prevention, awareness, and accessibility. By leveraging on everyday household products like soap, we make malaria protection affordable and accessible to everyone. We conduct awareness campaigns through hospitals, local communities to create awareness about malaria and create hope within the communities. And our awareness campaigns are both online and in person, with SMSs sent in 10 different Ugandan languages. Our products have been tested and certified by the National Drug Authority and different other Bureau of Standards. We have validated our efficacy through different institutions, including the Mannheim University in Germany, and they have been proven to provide up to 10 hours protection from mosquito bites. We sell our products through a social business model that allows for affordability by leveraging on the tourism industry and the middle and high class locals, buying our products at a high profit margin, and we're able to cross-finance them for the low income communities at the same price as they buy regular soap. We have a big market opportunity with up to $6.4 billion as our target addressable market, and these are households and eco travel in malaria-infected areas globally. Unlike our competitors, our product is multi-purpose, affordable, we've made it inclusive, and it has proven health impact. We also empower women through agriculture on our supply chain. We empower them through herbs cultivation with 3 oil extraction centers, employing up to 28 women, contributing 70% to our supply chain, and each woman earns at least $75 a month, saving us 10% in production costs. This is Ivoni now. You can see for yourself.
Before we started using the soap, we would constantly get malaria. But once we started using it, the cases decreased. It chased away the malaria. We no longer fall sick easily.
To date, we have impacted up to 3.2 million people in Uganda, employing 42 women and youths. We have reduced malaria cases by 88% in the households that have been using our products, subsidized up to 600,000 pieces of soap, and contributed to environmental sustainability in different ways. Our revenue has grown from $30,000 in the last 6 years to up to $700,000. And winning the Entrepreneurship World Cup will enable us to invest in our customer acquisition and marketing, production capacity, and from our public health specialists, due to the growing cases of malaria, we were advised that there's a need for treatment and diagnosation from the households that suffer from the disease, which led to our AI health coverage program launch, which we've been testing and validating for the last 15 months with 10 households that have been on board with us and that have proven that our model can work, with a health coverage program starting from $1 a month. So winning the award will help us invest in this program, and also being part of the program, the acceleration program, will help us to maximize our impact and reach in sub-Saharan Africa. These are our goals for the next 3 years, which is to scale by expanding to Kenya and Rwanda, innovation.
1 minute.
And on revenue and impact growth. And this is my team, where I divide a diverse team with different skills, with experience in entrepreneurship and management. And we're supported by a board of advisors, also from different fields. Among them is Dr. Michael, who is a retired gentleman from Johnson & Johnson. We have been featured and supported by different organizations and enterprises. For example, we've been featured on Al Jazeera, New Vision, locally, amongst others. And together we believe that alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. So let's build a world or a Uganda where we don't have malaria in our homes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, John. John, it seems the judges don't have questions for you. Okay.
A bit.
Yes, please.
John, where would one find Uganics? Looks like you've been in existence for a good number of years. Where would one find your product?
We have distributors in Kampala, for example. You can find them in Good Life pharmacies. We also have distributors that deliver like around the country. For example, we are working with Salmo, which is a country-wide distributor of different health products. So you can order through our website, or you can also order through our social media platforms. You can call us on our contact. We have our number here, which is where most customers around the country order, or they go to the pharmacies that have our products.
Thank you very much. I just wonder. No, thank you very much. I like your proposition, and quite clearly, one can say that the market is large. I must say that I didn't quite find it believable reading through your pitch deck that the lady did not know about malaria, did not know the way it was stated. I think it is stated better here, but in your pitch, it makes it sound like the lady just didn't know malaria. But that is for improving the pitch. On the overall, I just would like to ask. I mean, you okay? Thank you. I just would like to ask. What exactly do you want the money for? And the other thing is, how well have you done your competition analysis? How much have you looked at it, and what will it take to beat it?
So yeah, I apologize for the way I brought up the statement about malaria. Thank you for the feedback. For the money, would use it in customer acquisition and marketing. And what I mean is to invest into creating awareness about our product. We also have been working on partnership possibilities around East Africa and West Africa for our products. So it would be to expand to the different parts of Uganda and then to greater East African countries. But then this also will come hand in hand with increasing our production capacity so that we are able to fulfill the market demand. And then we, in the last 15 months, we've been working on a health coverage program focused on diagnostic and treatment for malaria and typhoid. And this is also one of the approaches that we're using to be able to reduce the malaria cases. And this will both grow our revenue, but also grow our health impact by 160% in the next 3 years. And then your other question about the market analysis. So in the beginning, we were focusing on just on our competitors, just in regards to mosquito repellents, of which we don't have so many, for example, in Uganda. The ones we have are the coils that we've been using in our households. That's why we position our product more of a household product, because it's a mosquito repellent, but combined in everyday household products like soap that is being used on a daily basis. So the way our customers perceive our product is like an everyday product that they need. So that's why we added things like skincare components into our products, so that our customers can get what they already get from the soap they use on a daily basis in their homes. But yeah, we did research from the beginning, and we are continuously understanding the industry, even when we are launching or adding on our product line, to understand the market. And now, which is why our target market is now, instead of malaria-infected places or mothers with children below 5 years, in the beginning, we decided to go into households.
All right. Thank you, John. Your time is up.
Yes. One last question.
Okay.
I think I saw among your partners Johnson & Johnson, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering what role have they played in support?
So Johnson & Johnson, they've been supporting us since 2019, and they have supported us in our product development, testing the product, acquiring machinery, redefining our model structures. For example, the essential oil extraction. We also received mentorship for like 2 years in our strategies to increase our production capacity because of the high demand that we had. And then we resorted to working, for example, with contract manufacturers on some of the products so that we don't have to buy the machinery that we need at our factory. So yeah, thank you.
Right. Thank you. From Hadija says, I've known Uganics for a while too. Bringing the product the last mile is what you need to work on. All right. Thank you very much, Joanne. Wish you the best. Clara, are you ready? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Is this your presentation?
I'm representing Nixon Kitimoy. I'm his administrator.
Okay.
So he had given something to just read to you guys. He's in between flights, so he wasn't able to participate in this today.
Okay. Derek, please. I think also Helen is trying to rejoin. Okay, you can go ahead, Clara.
Okay, great. One Stock Limited is an investment management company that oversees over $70 million in assets under management and capital commitments. And Nixon Kitimoy serves as the general partner of One Stock, LLC, partner of Network and VC, and a director of Pal and Lisa, an organization with interests in education, professional services, land banking, agriculture, and real estate. He's also a shareholder of Vule Airways. One Stock has helped Ugandans, MSMEs, businesses at the parish level, and smallholder farmers get access to markets, the ability to compete through financial advisory, cash management, and links to traditional banking products, among others, which has had spillover effects in employment creation, income generation, and has contributed to economic growth and development. In addition, it is committed to a long-term sustainability program dedicated to going far beyond carbon offsetting. It has built an offsetting portfolio that includes the Bank's Core Highlands Forestry Project and the Adani Group COSIA-approved solar renewable energy project. Through his interest in aviation companies, every flight booked is at least 4 air level 2 rated carbon and emission neutral and 300 carbon offset. Furthermore, he has been allocated nearly 100 hectares of land from the National Forestry Authority of Uganda to establish a forest reserve to help mitigate issues caused by climate change. Through One Stock Venture Philanthropy, he helps charitable organizations become self-sustaining and helps tailor strategies that help them meet their social missions. Nixon Kitimoy and One Stock has won lots of awards and nominations over the past years. 2024, we won FOIA Awards nominee, Social Founder of the Year Under 30, Most Promising Founder of the Year Under 30. This same year, 50 under 50 leading African investors in entrepreneurship. Global Startup Awards, Regional Finalist, Investor of the Year, Best Newcomer of the Year. KE Online Digitally Fit Awards, nominee holding company, Africa's under 40 CEOs, received a honorary doctorate from Peirce University, Delaware, USA, and membership to the Global Institute of the Leadership and Governance South Africa. 100 Most Influential Young African, 40 under 40 Africa winner, banking and finance. Then 2023 Global Startup Awards, regional finalist, East Africa Best Venture Capital Firm Startup of the Year, Founder of the Year. 2022 SCCA Uganda CFO Awards, nominee, Young CFO of the Year. And 2021 Global Startup Awards, nominee, Startup of the Year, Fund of the Year, Best Newcomer of the Year. 2019 Eureka Hedge Global Hedge Fund Awards, nominee, Best New European Hedge Fund. And 2006 Design and Advert Bata runner-up. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Clara. Are you in position to answer questions on behalf of one?
There's some things I know about the company, so it depends what they ask, really. I don't know that all details because he's the investment officer.
Okay. Judges, any questions?
I have not. Thank you. Thank you, Clara, standing in for the person on the plane. Thank you a bit. I have to be honest that I've not quite understood what you're looking for. I've not quite understood what the ask is and what it's going to do. I request you to clarify that. And also at the same time, who will be your customers? How will you make money? If you can.
Yeah, I think my question is related to that. I don't quite get the business case. How do you make the money? So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me try and answer it in the easiest way I can. Us being an investment management company, we recently attended, I personally attended Urovo, where companies come together, and our chief investment officer has the job to look at all these companies' portfolios and understand who he can invest in. There's people who ask for money, the small businesses. They need money to grow their businesses. Of course, everyone needs that development support as a new small business. And One Stock has been doing this under the Venture Capital Fund. And obviously, if we are to get this investment injection, it will be a plus on our capital growth so that we're able to invest in more companies, because we get very many companies coming to ask for more funding. And so the amount of money we have sometimes runs out. So we need more money to inject in these other companies. I don't know if that's helpful.
So how many companies have you invested in so far? The small companies.
We have invested in Cheaper Cash, valued at 2 billion, Petron, valued at 4 billion, Pearl and Lisa Schools, Pearl and Lisa Club, High Point, Spin Technology, Name Coach, Accent, Speed Size, Prive Technologies, and Mancha. Those are the companies we're invested in so far.
Judges, any other questions?
Abid, I just would like to say that it's quite possible that, okay, let me be very honest. The clarity of the pitch is such that it leaves many questions, okay, many angles not quite clearly understood. But overall, it sounds like a proposition that could work. But I have to be honest that I've not quite understood. So I would say that maybe Clara will invest in getting the whole team to fully understand, such that anyone of the team can fully pick. But yeah, thank you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Clara. Wish you the best. Yes, Rebecca, please share screen. Rebecca, are you there?
Can you allow me? It's saying that I'm not allowed to share.
You are co-host. Derek, can you help with that?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Are you ready to present? We can just present for you. We can run the slides for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Derek, the controls are on top of our presentation.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Eme, and I'm the founder of Patapia. Imagine coming to a new place without knowing anyone and without having any way of starting life. I came to Uganda in 2010 as a refugee from DRC Congo after my brother had been killed. And when we reached Uganda, it was hard for us to start life. We had to sleep on the street for 9 months just because we didn't have where to sleep. My mother looked for a job, but she couldn't get any job because she didn't have money to start the business. She ended up working as a household, which affected her back, and she couldn't work anymore. I was 13. I had to drop out of school so as to provide for my family and also treat my mother. It was hard for me to get a job. I later got a job as a hawker, which exposed me to dangerous situations, and that's when my struggle started. Moving to different districts alone at that age of 13, it exposed me to dangerous situations. I was raped twice and survived ritual sacrifice once. What is very annoying is many people are still going through the same situation, whereby they find it hard to provide for their families just because they don't have access to financial services. In Uganda, we have over 1.5 million refugees. 86% are women and children, and 1 in 2 households are women-led who struggle night and day to provide for their families. They only depend on aids, which is not sustainable and enough for them. That's why we created Patapia, so that we are able to support this refugee to become self-sustainable through business training and access to financial services. They are able to start and grow their own businesses and become self-sustainable. How it works, we get refugees from different communities, whereby they come with the group of agents from different refugee communities and different refugee camps. With these refugees are able to come together and also support each other. And during the training, since these refugees don't have collateral, they are trained and create groups. And agents get to train them and also recommend them so that they can get small loans to start their own businesses. And with these agents, normal refugees from those communities who support them so that they can easily follow up and make sure the loan are repaid back. Next slide. We started in 2020, and from the time we started, we have so far financed over 1,000 refugees in Kampala, and also this year we scaled to Ramwanja refugee camp, whereby we have our second branch there, and we have so far financed over 150 groups then in Ramwanja refugee camp, and we are working with a group of agents. So far we have 15 refugee agents who support to reach other refugees in different communities. From the time we started, we have been able to win some few awards, which have supported us to grow our impact and also to scale in another refugee camp. And by the end of this year, we are looking at the financing or more support so that we can scale to Chakatu refugee camp. And we are looking at, we have won some few awards in past month, and we hope to use that funding to scale in Ramwanja 2 camp, but we are still looking for more funding so that we can also grow the loan portfolio and reach more refugees. Since the market is growing every day, the refugees are becoming a lot, and with our services, so far we don't have a big market targeting refugees. So we have many refugees who come to us for more services. So we'd like, with the funding, with the award, we can be able to grow our portfolio and also reach more refugees, not only in Uganda, but in Africa, since we are looking at growing Patapia as a bank for refugees in Africa. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Maybe Derek can just run through the slides because I'm seeing some information was skipped. Okay. So Rebecca has a question for you. What is your loan cap? What is your loan cap? What's the maximum you loan out at the startup stage? I don't know if Hadija asked the question you're asking.
Yeah, for the group, the first time group, we give them up to 1,600, and each group has from 5 to 10 members for the first time. And when they get this loan, they pay from 6 months to 12-month period with the interest of 2% per month.
How did you secure your first funding?
The first funding, we were able to do the crowdfunding, which we used to start with our two first group we started with in 2020. And from that time, we have been able to raise around 300,000, which has helped us to support more refugees and also to scale in other refugee camps.
Okay. Rosemary?
I just need to know whether are people paying? Do the groups pay back money?
Yeah, when we just started, we had difficulties in people paying, and later on, that's when we brought in the system of working with agents, because with these agents, there are people in the same communities, and they are able to bring to us or to create groups of the people they trust and people they know in their community. Because before you'd realize that we give someone a loan and someone is not known maybe in the community, and then maybe they have gone abroad or they have been resorted and you don't know them. But at this time, with working with agents, the agents themselves recommends the people they know in their community, and with the group, the agent has to sit with them every week to ensure they pay the weekly repayment they are supposed to pay, and also to follow up with his group so that they can be also paid, because they are paid by commission.
Let's first go to the team slide. Iga, any questions? Okay, this is the team slide.
I have a question, but not on the team.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your pitch. I would like to, I think Madam Rosemary asked whether they pay. I would like to hear some definite numbers, like the portfolio at the moment is this big, the bad loans are this much, we had to write off this much. I would like to hear some concrete figures. I would like to be able to know what the turnover was last year and what you didn't manage to recover. I would like to hear some concrete numbers.
Yeah, from the time we started, we have invested around, our loan portfolio is around 280,000, and with this so far in Kampala, because now we have different hubs, and each different hub run by itself. In Kampala, we have a repayment of 87%. And in Ramanja refugee camp, we have a repayment of over 105 repayment rates. So far, with our research, we have realized just that the camps are doing well. The camps do well because they are near each other. They have more time to meet the weekly meetings. And that's why we are looking so much at investing or working fully in different refugee camps, but also in Kampala. Why our repayment rate is down? It's because when we started by giving loans to individuals, and with individuals it was hard to recover. But with the new system we put up in early last year, we give loans to the groups, only groups, and not the individuals. With this, we are able to recover, and that's why when we look at our repayment rate, it's going high compared to where it was last year when we were giving to individuals. So our learnings have been giving loans to groups will work better or can work for us more than giving to individuals.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca. Maybe we have time for one more question because we're running out of time. Okay, Helen, are you ready? Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm ready now. I am truly sorry about my bad network. I am now ready. Kindly help me share.
Okay, Helen, go ahead.
Hello, we are Hilton Traders, and we are working on a project to turn plastic bottle waste into high-quality, sustainable polyester fabric sewing threads to reduce plastic pollution, to create thousands of jobs, and to improve on good textile traders' experiences across Uganda and the whole of East Africa. Next page, please. Let me tell you about the situation in my country. According to the 2021 Uganda Revenue Authority Annual Imports Trade Report, Uganda imports 300 tons of sewing threads annually, but the country actually needs over 1,500 tons. The threads come from China and they take between 40 to 60 days to arrive, which causes delays. And as textile traders, we always need that constant supply of sewing threads into the market. But also, as Hilton traders, we have an advantage of the 60% of the 600 tons of of the 600 tons of the unrecycled plastic waste generated daily as our raw material for making the sewing threads instead of letting them pollute our environment. But we also know and understand that producing these sewing threads locally in Uganda from our collected bottles will greatly help us to alleviate our customer pain points. Next page, please. This is how we make our product. We make our product by collecting tons of plastic bottles, take them into the recycling phase to get the PET flakes, take the PET flakes into the extruding phase where we remove impurities and unwanted colors to get the staple fiber, then take the staple fiber into the spinning phase where we finally get our sewing threads. And in all of these phases, we shall be able to generate extra revenue for our company. 1 carton of imported threads right now in the market is sold at $50, whereas 1 carton of Hilton threads will be sold at $39, making our product 70% more capital light, 22% more affordable. Right now, textile traders are required to make big orders at a go, over 100 cartons at a go, something that will be different with us and something right now that's not empowering for our economy. The market opportunities for us right now are massive. In our beachhead market, we have over 800 textile traders, 1,000 textile traders, the other parts of Uganda, and 3,500 textile traders in East Africa. Next page, please. We shall be able to sell a carton at $39, whereas right now imported threads are sold at $50. Given the fact that our machineries are going to be of a higher, bigger capacity, we shall be able to produce sewing threads that meet our market demand. We shall also be able to deliver our sewing threads to customers on time within 7 working days, whereas right now we have to wait for 2 full months to receive our orders. Also, our product is very eco-friendly since it is made out of recycled PET and very strong since it's 100% polyester. Our business is a B2B, and we shall be able to sell a 6-kilogram carton of sewing threads to textile traders at $39. Next page, please. We also expect a compound annual growth rate of 34.16% based on revenue. Next page, please. We also expect to break even in our very second year of operation. Next page, please. We've been able to get positive feedback from our 60 textile traders who have been able to test our samples. We've been able to get the required machinery quotations for the machines that we hope to get, that we are going to use. And we've also been able to create partnerships, for example, with the Kitezi Plastic Waste Collectors, UNDP Uganda Climate Launchpad, and also been able to go through 10+ business accelerators. Next page, please. We also expect to purchase and install the machinery within 3 months, and within 6 months to have commenced production, and also by 12 months to have collected and recycled over 1,000 tons of plastic waste, 120 jobs to be created, and 40% market share to be attained. Next page, please. We also expect to save over 2,880 tons of CO2 emissions per year from our beachhead market annual sales of 1,440 tons of sewing threads. Next page, please. Me, Munyasa Helen, together with my team, we bring 12 years of experience into the textile business, and we hope to revolutionize the textile industry by producing a sustainable sewing threads that empower local economies, protect the environment, and promote gender equality. At Hilton, we really believe that our work brings true value when it uplifts our communities. Next page, please. With an investment of 5.6 million US dollars, we hope to set up and complete a production line of sewing threads here in Uganda locally. Next page, please. Thank you so much for your attention. Please join us to create change and join us on this very transformative journey as we strive to stitch a very sustainable future. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Helen. Judges, any questions?
Yes, thank you, Helen. I just wanted to clarify, are you currently manufacturing the thread here, or you haven't yet started your trading? Secondly, I thought your name, why Hilton Traders and not maybe Hilton Manufacturers? Because I think that doesn't sell you well, the name the word traders, when you actually are recycling plastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your incredible questions. With the name, actually, because we founded it with my brother, but the name, thank you for your advice. That can be changed. We came up with traders because of, you know, how you can go and register. Most of our names were rejected, but then with the help here, I'm very positive we shall be able to successfully change the name. And it's the fact that because we are traders, it has been a family business. We've been selling the sewing threads from China, but we are now we are now changing to manufacturing them here because we have plenty of plastic waste, and it's what we've been doing. And also the question of if we are producing them here actively, it's on a very small scale. It's literally a startup. We just started this year with the help of UNDP. The grant we were given, we've just created samples. So the machineries are very small, and right now we have partnerships with Kitezi and Fine Spinners in Bugolobi, who are helping us in the initial production right now. But as Hilton Traders, we do not have our own machinery to scale up big and do it as us. So it's literally right now partnerships here and there. But I'm very positive we can make it, because the whole of East Africa, we are buying from one producer, MH, and we can take on East Africa. I'm positive of that.
All right. Adija,
thank you, Helen.
Okay, yeah, please. Go ahead.
Thank you for the pitch, Helen.
Thank you very much.
So just to understand, you're looking at the fact that virtually all thread is imported, and yet we produce a lot of our own plastic waste. And so you're seeking to reduce the waiting time for thread, the cost for thread, while at the same time solving a plastics waste problem. I think I got that.
That is right. Yes, you got that right, yes.
My question is, have you checked as to why nobody else has done this in the region? You said Kenya, Tanzania, nobody's doing it here. Have you checked why? Do you have an idea why? Because we face the same problems of plastic, the lake, we share the big lake. Why? So why do you think it will work? Why won't the current manufacturer actually let me leave it like that. Why isn't anybody else doing it yet? Do you have an idea?
That's a very good question. Yes, I have an idea. So the one very big problem right now is the capital intensiveness of the machinery. So and the problem as entrepreneurs we are facing, it is very hard getting that whole big sum of money when you have nothing on ground. So and even the fact that getting partnerships, that's how hard it gets. Like since you have nothing on ground, it's so hard for even bigger organizations who could afford the machinery to help you start. They can't really jump on it because they're not seeing anything. And yet, even if the idea is big and affordable and viable, it gets so difficult for us to win the partnerships and all that. And also, it's the fact that people haven't really come out to think about how we can go about certain problems. Like as entrepreneurs, like people are just, I'm very positive they be comfortable since the business is working just fine. They get, they calculate their profits so well, so they cannot really think about really doing them here in or Kenya or Uganda, like starting like that industrialization thing. So I am very positive the fact that they be so comfortable, they do not go an extra mile of coming up to create change and start doing it actually. Something that I think that we should give more thinking, because I'm very positive however capital intensive it is, it has a lot of positive impacts in the end and in the future. So one thing, capital intensiveness, and the other thing is that textile traders are very comfortable where they are. They do not, they wouldn't want to, move out of their zones to, go up. To go up for the bigger thing. So which I think as Africa, as Uganda, we can do it if we step up as a team. I'm very positive because right now we are supporting China like with billions and billions, Uganda,
Okay.
Kenya, Tanzania.
Right.
So yeah.
All right.
So that's on as to why I think it hasn't been done. Yeah.
Thank you for your passion, Helen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Adija, any questions? Okay, there are no questions from Adija. So that is all the presentations I've had today. We are going to give the judges, only person that was unable to make it was my medicals. So we shall give the judges 5 minutes to deliberate, and then they'll get back to us with the winners. So in the meantime, thank you very much for everybody that has participated today. Also, for people who are attending, you can just post in chat who was your crowd favorite. Just in case we have a tie, never know. That will also come into play. For today, we're going to have the top 2 finalists will be going to the Global Top 50 of the Entrepreneurship World Cup, where they will compete and stand a chance to win $500,000 cash for their business. In addition to that, they'll enter an acceleration program. They'll be connected with partners and investors from all over the world. And if they make it to the top and meet the criteria, they'll go to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia for the final, where they'll pitch before King of Saudi Arabia. Okay. So this year, the Entrepreneurship World Cup marketing was very low. So it was interesting that only 34 organizations were able to look for this opportunity and submit. And of those 34, 7 were shortlisted. So please always be on the lookout for opportunities. You never know what could be available for you. So this session was brought about you by Gen Uganda. Gen is a Global Entrepreneurship Network with a country partner of Geuka. And impact with a very, very good support of Enterprise Uganda. Global Entrepreneurship Network brings together different organizations countrywide in Uganda that are interested in business development for linkages and for effective delivery. So the number of programs the Global Entrepreneurship Network runs annually, the Entrepreneurship World Cup, and we're also going to have the Global Entrepreneurship Week coming up in 2 months, where you can always have an exhibition to over 1,000 entrepreneurs. So all the finalists are going to get a feedback session, a complimentary feedback session from the Entrepreneurship World Cup team here in Uganda. We shall be communicating the details about when this will happen. Shall give you feedback on your pitches and how to improve them. And also we can introduce you to our local partners who will be able to maybe be in touch with you. The top 2 will be given an opportunity to talk at the Global Entrepreneurship Week at the Global Entrepreneurship Conference in Kampala later this year. That will be in November, the 3rd week of November. We shall keep you posted. And all the finalists will get an exhibition table. Please do follow up with that offer. All right, everybody. Thank you. Our judges are ready with their final verdicts. Judges, who is going to be representative?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I should remember to not forget to thank our facilitators, the team behind the screen. I thank you, the entrepreneurs who have done your pitches. It's a pity that a couple of you couldn't be here. And I just would like to make 3 comments before I make the announcement. 4 comments. 1, we already have Waape, who is going to go up straight into the 100 that will compete globally to go to the 25 that will go to Riyadh for the championship. So as you see from this stage, when you're selected, you will go on to join 100 globally, and then the 100 will compete and reduce to 25, and those 25 will be taken to Riyadh to make international pitches. So thank you very much for being in the system and for making the effort. That said, I just would like to comment on the question of readiness, because as Global Entrepreneurship Network Uganda, our responsibility is to see that the ecosystem becomes as strong as possible, and the linchpin in that is you, the entrepreneur. And so therefore you will accept that you have to, what shall I say, take feedback. And one of the things we would like to give us feedback today is please be ready. Do not take it lightly. And don't say, no, I didn't take it lightly. It is just that I was in a bad place. No, don't be in a bad place. Don't be in a bad network area. Get prepared. And clearly, it's important that there should be more than one member of the team who can make the pitch. It shouldn't be just left to the CEO, or it shouldn't be just left to so-and-so. Everybody of the core team should be able to make the pitch just in case. So be ready, take it seriously. The world will not stop and wait for you to make things better for the second time. So you get an opportunity, make sure you're as good as possible. And that means you know how to share your slides. It means you've practiced it. It means that you have got maybe more devices than one to make sure you don't get left out. And so that's something. And what we will do is to see that we get you involved if you're interested, when you're interested, into more and more sessions that assist you to get better and better with your pitches. On the whole, you are reasonably clear. The majority of you were very clear about what you're proposing. Please see that you become even clearer as to what you are asking for and what you're promising. We cannot say everything here, but thank you for being here. You are 7 in this session. You are 7 in Uganda. Of those, only 2 are going to go out of this session. And these 2 will join the 100 that I've talked about. And then the 100 will compete, and 25 will be facilitated to go to Riyadh. And so Abid, do I go ahead and announce the top 2 that we have agreed on as judges?
Yes, please. Drum rolls, drum rolls.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, the runner-up whom we are recommending to go ahead is Mpampe.
Whoa.
Do I hear any ululation?
There's no Kalulu. Okay.
I'm here, Abid.
Yes, please.
You hear me?
Yes.
Mpampe is a crowdfunding app, and it has the advantage of being an online arrangement. And whereas the East African or Ugandan market may not be, thank you, Mary, may not be a very big market, the fact that you are an IT-enabled app, it means you could market yourselves more. Please don't think only the Ugandan market, but Mpampe, you are among the top 2 as of this afternoon's speeches. And the number 1, with the comment that you should become more visible, even locally, and indeed when you're asked what you intend to do with what you're asking for, it's one of the things you mentioned, go ahead. The number 1 in this case is Uganics, the mosquito repellent products. Congratulations to the 2 of you, but especially congratulations to all the 7 of you for being among the top 7, and congratulations to the top 2. We wish you all the best as you go forward. I think that you should take the responsibility to ask and ask, because a pitch cannot be 100%, and therefore it can get to improve. You can learn 1 or 2 things every day. And so we wish you all the best. You will go on to join the next stage. And then if you go through that, you will get to the 25 that to go to Riyadh. Thank you very much once again, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, judges, very much for your time. Congratulations to Uganics and to Mpampe for going to the next stage. Thank you very much. And we shall be getting in touch with further details on how we will proceed within the week. Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Abid, you may want to talk. Abid, you may want to talk about the fireside, or it's not for now. There will be an event not very long from now, to which I believe the participants here will be invited.
Yes, we shall be inviting you to a fireside event, which will be a gathering of entrepreneurs. We shall be having a fireside event, which will become a quarterly event every year for entrepreneurs to bond and to have other issues. So you'll all be receiving an email and invitations to this. Thank you very much, judges. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations again to all the finalists. Please do continue reaching out. And also congratulations to Waape and Uganics for being able to represent Uganda at the next stage on the global entrepreneur space. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best.